Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Llama Gaming. Today, video on how to get the Happy Ghast in the Minecraft Bedrock preview, if you don't know how to already. And also, I'm just going to be testing out and seeing what the vibrant visuals look like, and just seeing what exactly you can do with this Happy Ghast thing. So, if you're on PC, you're going to want to go to the launcher, go to your Bedrock section, and then go to latest preview, and then click install under all that. I've already got that set up, but basically you just click on that, play, install if it needs to. If you are on console or mobile, I believe it's a separate app. Okay, so to actually get the stuff once you're in the beta version of the game, you want to go down to where it says experiments, enable drop 22, because that's the Happy Ghast update. If you want to check out vibrant visuals as well, you can check that box off as well. But there's another step you have to do for vibrant visuals, which I'll show you guys once I get in just a second. Okay, so to get the game looking like this in terms of the vibrant visuals, and they look pretty good. I haven't played any of the shaders or anything, so I can't, like unofficial shaders, so I can't really give you too much of an opinion regarding that, but I will say it looks very different from what the game looks like right now. So to enable the vibrant visuals, you have to go to video, and then under graphics mode, mine was on this by default, yours might be on that, I don't know, but it's just click on vibrant visuals. There's some more options regarding this, but yeah, I left it as is, and it looks pretty good. You can see some shadows and sunlight and just light reflecting and stuff like that, as it's supposed to with the vibrant visuals. It looks very interesting and different than usual. Yeah, I have some clips explaining what this mess is about, or at least I'll explain what the mess is about in a second. But I was just basically testing some different things you can do with the Happy Ghast. There's a spawn egg for the Happy Ghast, which spawns one of the big adult ghasts in creative mode inventory. The crafting recipe that I saw floating around online, which was basically just something like this, is what people were showing online. I couldn't get that to work in a crafting table, but I also heard that you can find these dried ghasts in the Nether, in the Soul Sand Desert Valley biomes. Essentially, just to grow them, you just put them in the water like this, and eventually, over time, you'll see them begin to change, and then you'll get a little baby ghast flying around, which is pretty cool. You make them grow up by feeding them these snowballs. It appears the regular ghasts are interested by them, but I can't feed them to them, which is interesting. I think it's interested in it. Yeah, it's following me. So that might be a way to like lure your Happy Ghast to you if you're having trouble getting it to follow you, because they sort of just fly around like that normally. I would probably recommend putting them in a pen, which in the clip I sort of try to figure out like the smallest reasonably sized pen you can build for these guys, which is about this size. Don't mind other stuff going on with this. Yeah, so let's get into that other clip, and I'll try to explain the things I tested with the Happy Ghast. So I joined on my phone and discovered that if a player is standing on the ghast while someone else is driving it, they'll stay on it somewhat, but if I go too far or too fast, they'll slip off. So technically you could probably have someone standing on here the whole time if they were able to like perfectly mimic the ghast's like movement and not go too fast and fly off, or too slow and fall off. Yeah, you can actually get them to stay still just fine if you fly directly up though, or directly down, which I'm assuming means you can do the same with a mount, but we will see in a moment. All those mobs down there are pushing the ghast around. I'll fly it up just a little bit. Okay, so it might not be possible to put a mounted creature like that on there. Some people were thinking you might be able to do it with like a boat, so I'm going to see if you can do that as well. And if all else fails, I can try a minecart. Nope, the game doesn't want you doing that either. Let's see. I'm going to guess that a minecart does not work, but I want to try it anyway. Okay, so minecarts cannot go on here either. So the most you can do is just have, you could have someone standing on it while it's moving. Even that's like sort of barely. But like I said, if you managed to move at the same speed, that's the right way, this way. Honestly, that could be like a fun mini game. Obviously, if you had like some sort of like things for them to avoid, just trying to stay on the ghast. But looks like the ghast has some form of like auto jump, perhaps. Yeah, it'll go up a block sometimes. But I mean, obviously, you're gonna be flying with this thing most of the time because that's the purpose of it. Let me turn on coordinates real quick.
So what I was doing in this part of the video was trying to calculate the speed of the ghast, because I had heard that the Happy Ghast flew as slow as 1 mile per hour. Not to sound like a complete nerd, but according to my calculations, that is incorrect. They actually fly at closer to about 6 miles an hour, because I've heard somewhere that a Minecraft block is a meter. So 10 blocks in 4 seconds.
And then also, just as another test run real quick.
The numbers on screen, but 10 blocks in 4 seconds, 160 times 4, 640. 640 divided by 60 is about 10 minutes, which means about 6 miles per hour, because if they're going a mile every about 10 minutes, that covers 6 miles an hour. Or in
Okay, so one thing that I wanted to test but forgot to test, the tamed Happy Ghasts do take lava damage, but I wanted to see what happens when you fly them in the water. So I'm gonna find some water deep enough to do it. I'm guessing you're probably just gonna get dismounted immediately, but let's find out. Yeah. Okay, so that's about as close to being underwater as you can get with a Happy Ghast, as you can see. Not very close at all. Sort of just bounces off the water. might be able to get it to go under with a lead, but you cannot ride it under the water. Okay, so you can definitely bring it under the water with a lead. Let's see if it's kind of morbid, but I'm just curious because I feel like this. Oh yeah, they drown quite fast underneath the water. That's interesting, considering that they're like underwater creatures, at least according to the way you summon them in.
As far as I know, all the ghasts fly at the same speed. I could be wrong. It also looked like they all had the same amount of health, unlike other mounts. But again, I could be wrong. I only summoned 2, so I really don't know. Yeah, if there's anything else you guys want me to check out with the Happy Ghasts or figure out for you, let me know in the comments. If not, for algorithm boost, just comment your favorite Minecraft movie meme quote or something.